Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now, it's not a bad day here today. It's sun shining but a bit cold outside, but it's nice and warm in the greenhouse, around about 24 degrees, so that's lovely. Now, what I've got to do today is just water the Cattleyas. They're drying out very, very quickly in here, you know, in being in these pots with full of holes. So I'm going to water them. I'll show you what I'm going to put in as for fertilizer. Now, I'm using rainwater today, and that's coming out about 6.4 pH, and the TDS is around about 15. So I'll be checking my RO water system. And the last time I checked it, it came out at 4 parts per million. But I'm amazed. The pH was up at 7.6, 7.8. So I've stripped it all down, and I'm going to replace all the sediments and the membrane. So until then, I'm using rainwater. Right, we've got some calcium nitrate here, which gives it calcium and nitrogen, and I want it around about 100 parts per million, that's all. And then the Epsom salts, we want 1/3 of that, so we want about 35 parts per million in that, and then I'll make up the remainder with liquid seaweed. But no, we'll make this 100. We'll make this 100. I've got to dissolve that in some warm water. And the kettle always comes in handy, doesn't it? Let's give it a stir. So this was 15 parts per million. So I want it around about 115. I'm not bothered if it's 95 or 125. We're not that fussy. So we'll see what the TDS of that one is. $125. So we'll take 14 off. So that's around about 100, isn't it? Yeah. So for the next one, the Epsom salts. Better put that top back on before all the moisture gets in. So we want this about 35. So when I put this in, it should be up at about 155. 160, something like that. That's because if you're putting calcium in, you need, if you put 3 parts of calcium in, you need 1 part of Epsom salts. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio. Right, we'll see what that is now. That's 166. So that's alright, that'll do. That's not bad at all. And then I want to put some liquid seaweed in, which I hope will bring it up to around about 200, 210, and that'll be ideal. Just stir it up. The water's nice and warm. and that is $236. So I'm going to settle for that, and we'll start watering. We'll have a look at the temperature. What's the pH, by the way? The pH is, it takes a bit for this to register. To get an accurate reading on the pH meter, you can leave it in for about half an hour. See, that's varying between 5.8 and 6.5. So, see, 5.8, give it a shake up. 5.1. That'll do fine. Right, we'll put these away. Chance they soak up too much moisture. So we've given, or we are going to give the plants calcium, nitrogen, magnesium, sulphur and the micronutrients from the seaweed. Well, the first one we'll look at is this Rhyncholalia Cattleyas Haesong Tian Mu. Absolutely gorgeous, these, when they flower. Absolutely gorgeous. A beautiful deep burgundy red colour, bit purpley, but the petals are just like velvet. So I'm hopeful for this one flowering later on in the season from that new growth there. Yeah, it's decent root system. I've seen better on plants, but I'll settle for what we've got here. You can see it's all wired up just to keep the plant upright and steady in the pot. So we'll just water that one. Well, I'd just like to thank everybody for wishing me happy birthday from last Friday. I've never known as many greetings, and I sort of celebrated a little bit too much, and I haven't had a drink since, so I'm not going to have a drink again this month. And I've done it before, so I know I can stick to it. So anyhow, it was very nice of everybody to wish me happy birthday. I hope it continues for many years. Now that one is Rhyncholalia Haesong Tian Mu. One we'll have a look at is this. This is a Rhyncholalia Cattleyas as well. Golf Green, Hairy Pig. That's a terrible name, isn't it, for a thing? This has got some nice roots growing. Ready for watering though. They're looking a bit wettish. And the new growths, as you can see, I've two new growths on here, and they're the largest leaves of the lot. One there, one there. They're the actual new growths. So I'm hoping something's going to happen to them. There's little bits of things down the middle, but there generally is on Cattleyas, isn't there? But we'll see how that goes. This is a beautiful, well, it is what it is, green, and mixed by with Digbayana as well, so That'll be beautiful. Oh, we'll just give this a good drenching. And depending on the weather, if it turns out really nice, the weather, with being in these type of pots, they need doing every other day because they dry out that quickly. That's the golf green. And the next one is also a BLC, and this is the King of Taiwan. And you can see it's got two nubbins there coming up, and if you look just past where those two nubbins are onto the next pseudo bulb, you can just see another one started. It's a bit purplish in colour. Nice root system on this one, doing very, very nicely. Beautiful leaves as well. So we'll give that a watering. Looks like it deserves it. So let's hope we might get some blooms off this towards the end of the year. I'll just give this one a good wetting. And I never seem to, I never spray the leaves for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just something I've never done. And you can see when you're doing this, the white roots turning green. So I was ready for a drink, that one. That's BLC King of Taiwan. And I'll tell you what, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nubbins on that one. So that's going to make a beautiful plant. Now I know these plants always have little things stuck down there. Now is that a sign that it's going to have a sheath? I mean, I've kept these for years, but I've never gone into what that is. Sometimes it develops and sometimes it doesn't. But it'd be very nice if it did. You see, there's one on that one, and I don't think there's one on this one. Oh, you can't see it, can you, from there? Don't think there's anything down there. Just on this, it's almost a multicoloured pseudobulbous leaf. Anyhow, that's the King of Taiwan. Now this is another BLC, Alma Key Trimpelee. And this is the one I got a few weeks ago in that coconut husk, where while I was repotting it I lost virtually all the roots. So I've just noticed today that it's just going to start putting new roots out. So keep my fingers crossed that that's going to make it, because they're an absolutely beautiful flower on these. A bright yellow with a red lip on them. Absolutely gorgeous. Alma Key Trimpelee. This one's another BLC. It's Mahina Yahiro Ulii. And this is one of my favourites. Beautiful pale blue blooms on them. Absolutely blue. Almost lilac. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this was a little bit dehydrated when I got it, and for lack of roots of course, but now this one is just shoving some nice roots out there, you see, just kick-starting the season. So I'm very pleased with what's going on with my Cattleyas, and I'm looking forward to when the blooming time comes. Really looking forward to it. So very pleased with these. It'll be interesting to see what the pH and the TDS is after I finish these. Well, I've just done 5 now. That's enough for the time being. Bits of new growth on them all, and coming along very nicely. So just let's have a look at the TDS. In fact, I've forgotten what it was, but I'll tell you what it is now. It's 233. So the next time I water these, it'll be a flush. And the pH should be almost the same, shouldn't it? See, and as soon as I put it in, it's at 8.5. Long time to adjust. Down to 7.6. .5. This is taking a long time. Oh well. Must be the little bits of calcium that's boosted it up. But I can't see why it's 7.5. These machines, honestly. Oh, down to 7.2 now. Down to 6.7. There we go. Starting to wake up. I think I need a better pH meter that's a little bit quicker than this one. Down to 6.5. Yep, it's stuck at 6.5 now, so whew, I thought it was going to be 7.5. Well, I haven't got a lot to show you as regards to Cattleyas again, only this little one that's coming up nicely. Cattleyas dowiana. So I'm not doing much with this. I'm letting it dry because from what I've read, I believe that water kills these. They love the sunshine, so it gets plenty of light here, and it gets watered, this one, about once every 3 or 4 days. So that's Cattleyas dowiana. Absolutely gorgeous plants. Well, the phragmipediums are looking nice, but no spikes on them yet. And I'll just finish this by showing you the spike on the Angraecum sesquipedale, and because it's flowering at this time of year, which is early, they generally start spiking in September. So Todd from Todd's Tropicals has told me that this is Angraecum sesquipedale with variation of bosseri. So it looks like it's going to be really nice. Just 2 buds on it. One there and there. These Angraecums, they all seem to get this little extension on. Nothing happens to it, it just goes yellow and dies off after a while. But that is Angraecum sesquipedale bosseri. Well, that's all now, so we'll just finish with a quick look at the Cattleyas. Just pan down there. and to the bottom, and say thank you to everybody for commenting on my videos. I try to answer everybody, but I do occasionally miss one or two, so I do apologise to anyone who it may concern. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.